Welcome to lesson 157. Major, minor, suspended, augmented, and diminished chords, all in E. Building on the way that we've connected these different forms of chords, major, minor, suspended, augmented, diminished, in C, D, and now in E, it would be my hope that this is starting to stimulate your imagination a little bit on the kind of ways you can use these chords in writing your own compositions, or perhaps in even hearing some of the way these chords are used in your favorite songs. Here with the E chord, it's sort of like the D in that there's a black note in the middle of it. So it starts as a major chord that feels a lot like the D chord in the way that you play it. You kind of hold your hand in a very similar way to play both. So starting with the E chord, just like the D chord, to turn a major to a minor, we always flat the third. Flat the third here. And that becomes an E minor chord. Sharpening the third back brings it back to major. Sharpening the third brings us here to a E suspended. We'll go back to E major. And then as with the other chords, sharpening the 5 brings us to an E augmented. If we go back to the E again here, we flat both the 3rd and the 5th to create an E diminished. We'll go through that same pattern we did with C, D, and E as we go 4 beats of major chord, 4 beats of minor, 4 beats of major, 4 beats of suspended, 4 beats of major, 4 of augmented, 4 of major, and 4 of diminished, returning back to that nice friendly home of the E major chord. Starting in E major. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the minor, back to the major, to the suspended, back to the major, to the augmented, back to the major, to the diminished. And maybe the greater lesson in that was after I finished doing that sequence where I was being somewhat focused on playing the minor, suspended, augmented, diminished chords. I noticed my finger went down and slipped and hit a little E flat there. Didn't mean to. But when I did, I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. So I went back and played it 2 or 3 more times, and instead of it being a mistake, it kind of was part of all the funnery. So when you're playing something and you go, whoops, think opportunity. It just might be the greatest part of your song. Thank you for sharing in all these different chord types, C, D, and now E. Have fun with them. Be well and have fun.